Breaking news, ex-BBC boss wants the BBC to have more money. That's not breaking news at all, is it? And why do they keep digging up all these ex-employees and ex-bosses of the BBC to try and defend them? It really eggs me out. Have a look at this headline with me. BBC should offer subscriptions on top of licence fee to avoid relentless decline, says former boss. How is giving them more money going to avoid a relentless decline? They already get 3.2 billion quid a year from TV licence fees. There's countries that operate on less money than that. How is that going to stop their relentless decline by giving them more money? It's not, is it? They're in a relentless decline, not for financial reasons, although they are spunking all the money. It's because no one's watching the BBC, that people have either switched to streaming services or they're just fed up with the content that BBC is putting out because they've lost their way. They've completely lost their way. And throwing more money at the problem is not going to fix the problem, is it? The BBC is a drug addict. It's addicted to money. And the last thing you do with a drug addict is give them more drugs, right? You don't do it. They're in a relentless decline. And also, why do we need to stop their relentless decline? They've caused it. If they go down, it's their own fault. There's other places to watch your content other than the BBC, isn't there? You know, if they've caused this, good. The BBC should move to a top-up subscription model as its reliance on the licence fee has left it as a stagnating organisation, the broadcaster's former head of strategy has said. If you really do believe they're a stagnating organisation, then they need fundamental change from the ground up, not a few more quid. You know, scrap the licence fee altogether and make them be a commercial streaming giant targeting a global audience, not just the UK. Or scrap the licence fee off and make them earn their own way through advertising. That's the best way to fix a stagnating organisation. Not just give them more money. They'll stagnate more. They'll sit on their laurels more if you give them more money. He suggested that extra quality programming could be provided by a separate top-up service which viewers would pay extra for. It sounds like he's had a look at that petition that I talked about in the week. Did you see the video I made? If not, I'll put a link up there, down there somewhere. There's a petition going around for people who pay their licence fee who would like to donate a little more money to the BBC. And that's what that sounds like, doesn't it? He suggested that extra quality programming could be provided by a separate top-up service. It could also be provided by going commercial. Because if you go commercial, you're going to have to make extra quality stuff. Otherwise, you're not going to get any advertisers and you're not going to make any money. Just do that. And then he reckons this could see some high-end dramas aired on that rather than on a traditional BBC service. So in other words, you're going to get even less, if that's even possible, value for your TV licence fee. You're going to have to pay for the BBC subscription service, even though you're paying for a licence fee, which is basically a BBC subscription service, if you actually want to watch anything that's worth watching on the BBC. Which there's not a lot, is there? Now, where do they get these people from? So Mr. Oliver has said, the BBC as an institution needs a source of income. I think that's growing and the problem about the licence fee, it's still here. But resistance to its growth has been enormous, which leaves the BBC as a stagnating organisation funding itself through efficiencies forever. It needs a more buoyant source of income, he said. Well, the BBC must be one of the least efficient organisations on the planet. I've mentioned it before on here, when they recently laid off 475 staff from BBC News, which begs the question, if you can lay them off, why were they employed in the first place? And two, how many are left? How many are left? 475 people gone just like that from BBC News. There must be so many left. They need to make efficiencies. If you can't run a media organisation in the UK on 3.2 billion quid, there's something fundamentally wrong with that organisation, right? So the former BBC boss said he thought some type of top-up subscription fee was necessary for a different kind of BBC. He added, because if it doesn't, if it ties itself just to any form of public funding, I think at best it's looking at a stagnant future and less relevance, and at worst, it's looking at a gradual but relentless decline and irrelevance. Well, the final bit of that has cheered me right up, actually, hasn't it? It's looking at a gradual but relentless decline and irrelevance. The BBC is irrelevant in my life and has been for a very long time. They offer nothing I need to watch, and even if they did, because I quite like The Apprentice, I haven't been able to watch that for quite a while, I can live without it. There's other stuff available that I can enjoy. They are in a relentless decline. They are not moving with the times. ITV are building new streaming services. ITV are bringing in new advertisers and sponsorships all the time, and the BBC is just sitting on its hands on the 3.2 billion it gets a year and not having to work for it. And while they're doing all that, you've got BBC Studios over there buying up loads of independent TV producers. They're also selling stuff around the world. They're opening more and more stuff like BBC Productions Limited, BBC Distribution Limited, UK TV is owned by BBC Studios. You've got BBC America. All these things they're doing over there on a commercial plateau, and they're making money from that. Lots and lots of money from that over there. But they're keeping this bit of the BBC funded by the people, not us, hopefully, obviously. Why? Why can't they just go commercial? It makes no sense. There's too many people earning too much money, getting too big pensions out of it, and it needs to be stopped. It needs to be stopped. Whether you believe in public service broadcasting or not, I personally don't, you have to admit that the BBC is fat and bloated, and if it can't run on 3.2 billion quid a year, it can't run. So what do you think about this? I'll tell you what, I'll leave the link to this story. I always put the links to these stories below in the description. Have a look, because at the moment there's 420 comments, and I'm not seeing any here that are positive towards the thoughts of more funding for the BBC. So take a look at that and let me know what you think in my comments below as well, and I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.